Welcome to News Mongolia, where we bring you the latest stories and updates from across the nation and beyond. I'm Batsirin Namshar. On the News Mongolia today, Mongolia and ADB Inc. $168.2 million program for green regional development. Severe winter conditions grip Mongolia. National Agency for Meteorology issues forecast. Blue Pearl Ice Festival to be held on the 2nd and 3rd of March. For the news, stay tuned. Our first story. The government of Mongolia and the Asian Development Bank have officially kicked off $168.2 million investment program. This marks the first phase of a comprehensive initiative focused on promoting green and inclusive development in Mongolia's provinces.
The Asian Development Bank aims to transform province centers into hubs for climate-smart agribusinesses, fostering sustainable and low-carbon rangeland management. Mongolia's rangelands, covering 82% of the country, face threats from livestock pressure and unsustainable practices exacerbated by climate change. Starting in the western provinces, the AMEX and SOMS Green Regional Development Investment Program will implement climate-resilient and sustainable rangeland management practices. It seeks to empower herder groups, promote renewable energy, and establish green agribusiness value chains in AMEC and SOM centers. To support low-carbon and climate-resilient agribusiness, the project will establish a green and inclusive regional agribusiness fund. With a total program cost of $735 million, contributions will come from ADB, the European Investment Bank, European Union, Green Climate Fund, and the Government of Mongolia, with private sector involvement. The project, slated for completion in 2033, will be executed in 3 stages.
In a recent forecast by the National Agency for Meteorology and Environmental Monitoring, Mongolia braces itself for yet another challenging weather spell from February 28 to March 3, 2024. The agency warns of intense snowfall and plummeting temperatures, urging residents to take any necessary precautions.
On the 28th, snow is expected to blanket the mountainous areas of Hangai-Hoskel and Hinti, with additional snowfall projected along the Khalkh River basin. The weather forecast for the 29th predicts snow in the mountainous regions of Hinti, Onong, Ulzi, and Hirling River valleys. By March 2nd, Oslake and the Mongol Altai and Hoskel mountainous areas are anticipated to face stormy snow conditions. Wind speeds during this period are expected to range between 5 to 10 meters per second, reaching as high as 13 to 15 meters per second in valleys. Temperatures will plummet to -28 to -29 degrees in most areas, with Oslake, Tarhat Hollow, and certain river valleys experiencing nighttime lows around -38 to -43 degrees. Across Altai, Hangai-Hoskel, Hinti mountainous areas and nearby regions, temperatures will range from -30 to -35 degrees at night and rise to -18 to -23 degrees during the daytime. Southern parts of the Gobi region will see nighttime lows of -14 to -19 degrees and daytime temperatures of -4 to -9 degrees. As the cold intensifies, the hollow of the Great Lakes is expected to register -19 to -24 degrees during the night. Meanwhile, the northern parts of the Gobi region will face daytime highs of -9 to -14 degrees and nighttime lows of -23 to -28 degrees. Other areas will experience daytime temperatures between -13 to -18 degrees Celsius. The agency predicts a gradual weakening of the cold front on March 1st in the western parts of the country, with a broader improvement expected by March 2nd in most areas. Residents are advised to stay informed and take necessary precautions to navigate the challenging weather conditions over the coming days.
The upcoming Blue Pearl Ice Festival is scheduled to occur in Khatkhilsum of Khupskul Province on March 2nd and 3rd, 2024. This festival holds significance as one of Mongolia's prominent winter events, playing a pivotal role in the advancement of winter tourism in the region.
The roots of this festival trace back to the year 2000, when Tauchtaucht and Tumursuk, environmental inspectors of Khupskul Special Protected Area, initiated in the Ice Festival at Santingubur to safeguard the revered Khupskul Lake, often referred to as the Mother Ocean. The inaugural event featured activities like horse sledge racing, involving around 10 horses. Over the years, the Ice Festival has evolved and expanded in scope since its inception in 2001, transforming it into a cherished tradition and a key initiative for the advancement of the winter tourism in Mongolia. The festival showcases various events that highlight the distinctive qualities of Khupskul province. Notably, last year's celebration attracted approximately 300 foreign tourists, including visitors from the United States, South Korea, and Thailand, emphasizing the growing international appeal.
Now let's take a look at the currency exchange rates provided by Mongol Bank. Now let's take a look at international news from our partner agencies. 7 NATO submarines from Greece, France, Italy, Spain, Turkey, and the United States are participating in the organization's largest and most complex submarine exercise in the Mediterranean off the coast of Sicily. In the exercises, dubbed Dynamic Manta 2024, naval assets took turns on Sunday to hunt and be hunted in close coordination with air and surface assets to train and refine capabilities in this particular type of warfare, officials said.
As NATO's most advanced anti-submarine warfare exercise, it prepares NATO submarine crews to respond and adapt to any kind of threat below the sea surface.
Allies are aware of the challenge. Rebuilding anti-submarine capabilities is one of NATO's top priorities. Allies are upgrading and acquiring new anti-submarine capabilities. Allies are also participating in more high-end anti-submarine exercises such as NATO's Dynamic Mongoose in the Atlantic and Dynamic Manta in the Mediterranean. NATO ships in the Eastern Mediterranean routinely monitor Russian naval activity, including submarines. Allies have also decided to enhance NATO's standing naval forces with more ships. This is important for training and situational awareness. Science and research is also important. Allies are investing in underwater drones and as technology moves towards smaller and unmanned systems.
The submarines will operate under the control of the NATO Submarine Command and will also be assisted by maritime patrol aircraft from Canada, Germany, Greece, Turkey, the UK, and the US, supported by surface ships from Standing NATO Maritime Group 2. Commanded by Italian Navy Rear Admiral Pasquale Esposito.
Anti-submarine warfare is a complex skill that requires training to maintain readiness and capability. Exercise Dynamic Manta is part of the solution to maintain readiness across the alliance, both for the collective capabilities of alliance and for the individual nations participating.
The Italian Navy is hosting the exercise, providing logistical support from the Augusta Naval Base, the port of Catania, and the Sigonella Air Base. Italy will participate in the exercise with the ITS frigate Carlo Margottini, the ITS frigate Morosini, 2 submarines, and 2 helicopters based at the Catania helicopter station.
South Korea's government set a Thursday deadline for trainee doctors who walked off the job last week, saying they would not be held accountable if they returned to work by February 29th. Interior and Safety Minister Lee Sang-ming spoke in Seoul on Monday as the collective walkout by trainee doctors entered its 7th day. Trainee doctors have walked off the job last Tuesday in protest over the government's plan to boost the medical school admission quota by 2,000 students. The walkout has forced major hospitals in Seoul to cancel surgeries, causing patients inconveniences.
Facing up to the seriousness of the current situation, I appealed for the last time. If you, trainee doctors, return to work by Thursday, you won't be held accountable. I urge you to remember your voices will be heard louder when you are next to patients. Trainee doctors, hospitals were the place where your dreams of curing patients came true. The hospitals you have left are full of anxiety and concerns. I hope you come back to the hospitals where you have worked hard and engage in dialogue for the sake of better medical care.
Now let's take a look at the weather forecast for Mongolia and world major cities. Well, that's all for today. Thank you for staying with us. We'll see you on Wednesday with more news and updates. Goodbye.